No, that's your choice. That's your order.
Oh, that's the order.
Hopefully you got the right order.
Oh, that's not a bad one.
11. That's terrible. Good. Right, everyone go home. So then, who's got number 1?
Have I got 1 or 10? 10. Dan's got 1.
Dan's got 1. Who's got 1?
No,
Jay.
yeah.
I'll play Jay.
No way,
So,
Dan's got
thank
one.
you.
peg choice.
I think 52.
52.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Balls in.
Keep holding your balls. Yeah.
Keep hold of your balls. Keep them clean.
A bit sweaty if I hold on.
That's fine. We've got talc in the van.
All right. So
Let's do it then.
get fishing when you want to get fishing. Have a beer when you want to have a beer.
Let's go. What's guys, and welcome back. And we're back on the bank. Session with a difference this one. I'm actually down on the Coking Farm complex on Long Lake. I'm in swim 45 on the YouTube vloggers match. So yeah, got a few famous faces dotted around the lake. For example, I've got Carp King, Chris Fennell, to my left. I've got Simon Dew to the right. Sounds like that song. Clowns to the left of me, Jokers to the right. Here I am, stuck in the middle of you. So yeah, just set up the camp. I put the house up first because there's some nasty dark clouds and we are forecast some thunderstorms. So this has gone up first. I came out 6 in the draw. The favoured swims I wanted had gone by then. So it's sort of, you know what it's like, you start panicking and you think, right, I'll take that one. Whether it's right or wrong, I don't know. I think maybe there's better options to be had. But anyway, I'm in here for the duration. Okay, so I've had the leading rod out and I've got my distance to the island, and straight out it's about 10 3/4 wraps to be about half a rod length off the island, which feels about right. I don't want to go right on it because I'm not too sure exactly how deep it is there. So I'm going to go with 10 3/4 wraps, and as I go further left, the arc from where I'm standing will bring the rods further away from the island. So I'm going to be fishing 3 different distances based on the arc of that distance I'm clipping up at. Not much in it, but it may make a difference between being, you know, half a rod and 3/4 of a rod away from the island. So that's what I'm going to do. And for this session, I've actually become prepared, and I've tied up a bunch of solid bags, because apparently that's the method on here. So inside the bags, I've got a mixture of pellet and powder, micro pellets. I've got live system wafters, 12mm hook baits on all the bags I've tied up, and all the rigs are very similar, but I've got different nuances in the hook patterns, and the length of the hairs and things like that. So yeah, so I thought I'll just tie them up. I don't know what's in what now, they're all mixed up, so I've no idea what the hook pattern is inside any particular bag, but I thought I'll cast out. If I get a fish on it, take note of what it's been caught on, and then if I tie any more rigs up, obviously I'll tie it in that same pattern. But anyway, got to catch a fish first. We've not been set up long, and even while I was just still had all my gear on the ground, Leon has already had a fish, about a 10-pounder. He's up a few swims up to me right in the corner. So yes, there's been a fish out already, and most people still had all their gear on the bank. So yeah, nice one. Well done, mate. So anyway, I'm going to get one of these looped on my line, get it out there, and see if we can join the party. So let me crack on, and I'll see you in a bit. much, guys. Just getting on for 7 o'clock. And I've had lots of little twitches, lots of little knocks. I've had a couple where I've had to pick the rod up and hit into it. Not connected with anything. So I'm not too sure what's going on. I've abandoned the bags on my righting rod and put a standard lead clip system on with a size 4 hook on a blowback rig with a 15mm live system wafter with a little 3-bait stringer. So that's the right hand rod. The other two are still on the PVA bags. Now what I probably will do is recast at least the middle rod, because the left hand rod's not been out there too long, because I had a little knock on that a little while ago, which I've replaced and put back out. But the middle rod has been out there since I got down and set up. Now, very quiet for me. There's been fish coming out all over the place. To my right, Simon's had a couple. Next to him, Joe has had several fish. So pretty much all along the bank to my right, I've had some. Carp King on my left, he's had a 30-pound cat on a monster carp, and the fishing bloggers, Sean and Hugh, have both had a couple of fish to his left. So I feel like I'm the only one that hasn't caught anything on this bank. I am the only one who hasn't caught anything on this bank, so that's not good. But anyway, there's still time. But there's been a few out on the other side as well. I've seen a few rods bent over and a few fish being weighed and what have you. So yeah, plenty of fish being caught across the lake, and not here. Anyway, hopefully that'll change, and some of these little knocks and twitches will turn into proper bites. But anyway, until that happens, there we go. Simon's in behind me. Yeah, Simon's into a fish behind me. So yeah, it's a bit soul destroying, being the only one on this bank that hasn't actually caught anything. Like I say, it's the way it is, it's fishing, and hopefully my time will come. But anyway, I'm going to see what Simon's got, and then I'm going to get my dinner on. For tonight, I'm going to have the beef and black bean that you saw a couple of sessions ago. So I'm not going to do a bivvy bites tonight. You've seen it before. It's the beef and black bean sauce, and this time I paid the full price for it. I didn't get it for half price, so that's how much I liked it. So good recommendation, if any that is. So yeah, I'm going to get that on the go in a minute. And but first of all, let's go and see what Simon's got. I'll see you in a bit. Well, guys, it's just gone 8 o'clock, and I've just lost one. Middle rod. I thought I'd wind it in, refresh the bag. And what I did is actually, rather than put the live system on, I've got some of these little corn dumbbells, little tiny yellow ones. And I thought I'd try one of those, and I've done that, put it in the bag, and literally 5 minutes later, off it's gone. Hit into it, it was absolutely solid. Something spooked as I hit into the fish and went around the island. But my line was staying straight where it was going to, but it was solid. I'll just get a little knock on it now. It was absolutely solid, and I walked backwards with the rod, eventually got it moving, and it started slowly going, kiting to the left. Then I made some headway, and then it started going to the left again, pondering, and I felt sure I had a catfish on. Yeah, it was really giving a good account for itself, and about 2 rod lengths out, I gave it a bit of welly, and I thought I'd come see what this is, and this nice common came up to the surface. Playing it for a bit longer, getting the net ready, and then Uke just pulled. Gutted, absolutely gutted. But anyway, so I'm going to put one of these little yellow ones on one of these other rigs and get another bag tied up, ready to go out there. So I'm using the same setup, so it could be the bait might have made all the difference, because that's only just been out there literally 5-10 minutes with one of these yellow baits on, and it's gone off almost immediately. So maybe I should have been chopping and changing a bit more today. Sorry, there's been a lack of footage. Earlier today, well, when we got here, we was all walking around the lake looking at the swims. It was absolutely sweltering, and there was no shade, and it was all really sort of, you know, tugging the shirts off us and sweating our cods off. And then it clouded over, and then it wasn't forecast like it was. It was meant to have light showers. This was heavy downpours. So I had to have the door down because the rain and the wind was coming straight in the door. The wind turned round, the rain was coming in. So yeah, I had to shut the door down. And yeah, so there's not been a lot of filming opportunities. But like I say, there's a lot of fish been coming up. I'm not sure exactly who's had what where, but we'll find out, well, probably tomorrow when we all get together. But yeah, so there's fish out coming out. I've lost one. Yeah, a bit gutted about that. Very gutted. And I think it was a decent fish. The way it was fighting, it was, yeah, it wasn't like a 10-pounder. That was giving it some. And yeah, like I say, if I hadn't seen it and I lost it, I'd have sworn it was a cat. So yeah, that hurts. But anyway, I'm going to get this bag made up and get it ready in case I get any more activity, and we'll put it back out there. Okay guys, so I don't think I caught the first fish I had on camera. I don't think I turned the camera on properly, but I had a little, about a 6 or 7 pound mirror earlier on the middle rod, and then just had this one, a little bit bigger, just as feisty. Yeah, so a little bit bigger, probably 8 or 9 pound, but yeah, it's a fish. Second fish, 2 fish on the bank, 1 lost. So yeah, going in the right direction. So I'll get it back, get the rod out, and see if we can get another one. Do a bit of carp juggling while we're at it. Anyway, I'll put it back, I'll see you in a bit. Watch guys, well, it's just starting to get dark now, and I'm about to put my joggers on, maybe put a hoodie on. Get a bit chilly, lovely evening though. And I thought I'd just have a quick catch up, and hence I'm in the bivvy by torchlight. And yes, I've had 2 fish now, 2 small ones, biggest about 8 or 9 pound, and the one I lost, which felt a lot bigger, did feel a lot bigger, so I'm absolutely gutted about that. But anyway, the interesting thing is I'll come to the middle rod. The rod that I've changed over, I'm actually using a bit different pellet as well, so I don't know if it's a pellet or the hook bait, but yeah, I switched over to, it's a really stinky pellet I've got in the tackle shop. DNA, I don't know which one it is actually. Anyway, it's a stinky DNA pellet. So I'm using that, and that's the only rod I'm using on the middle rod, but I've also switched to the yellow hook baits. And all the 3 bites have so far come to that rod. So is it the hook baits, or is it the pellet, or is it a combination of the 2? I don't know. But what I do know is next time I cast any out, I've got loads of made up bags. I might even cut them open and rebuild them using the other pallet and the yellow hook baits, but we'll see. Anyway, I'm gonna get myself ready for the evening, and if it happens, I'll catch up with you then. See you later. Good morning. What an absolutely glorious morning it is too. Woke up pretty early this morning and the mist was rolling across the lake and across the neighbouring fields, and the sun was creeping over the horizon. It's getting a bit higher now. It looks like it's going to be quite a nice day, so I'm expecting another warm one. On the carp fishing front, it's been quite frustrating in the night. Constantly, felt like every 15-20 minutes one of the rods would get a tug, and whether I'm getting done or getting liners, I'm not sure, but the bobbin will shoot to the top and then shoot straight back down again, and that was happening constantly throughout the night, so I didn't get a best night's sleep. I was constantly throwing the sleeping bag off thinking this is it, and then putting it back over me when it wasn't. So it's one of those sort of nights. What I did do when I woke up earlier is, because of all this activity, I've actually refreshed all 3 rods with new bags, and what I've done as well is the middle rod, I pulled it short because I saw some fizzing yesterday evening and a few signs of fish sort of mid-water between me and the lake, so on that I've wrapped it up at 7 wraps and put it out where I've seen some activity. And also, if I have been getting liners being further back, it'd be interesting to see if I get the liners on that rod. So anyway, that's the plan, and I'll catch up with you in a little while. Okay. Yeah, he's down here now.
Well, swirls there. And he's
Yeah. It's got some power, hasn't
that is 100% the cat, isn't it?
Yeah, no doubt about it.
Yeah.
No doubt about it.
Have you seen it yet?
No. Just saw the tip of its tail then.
Right.
Just a lot of mud being kicked up.
Yeah. It's quite hard with a cat in it,
They do tend to try and get out backwards. Nice one.
shuffle.
Cheers, mate.
No worries. Yeah. It's alright, isn't it?
It's actually got a bit of weight to it, isn't it? Yeah.
It's going to be over 20, I think, isn't it?
Well, it's got to be weighed, isn't it? Okay, guys. So the middle rod, which I cast short of the island, sort of mid-water, twitchy little bite. Not the intended species, but it was always going to happen. There's this. I can get his mouth out of there. £28. I'll get hold of the bugger. £28.10 cat, which, yeah, not intended, but at least Simon was there to wind me rods in so I didn't get all tangled up. And yeah, what else would you be doing in the morning? Gave an immense tussle, took me all over the place. But yeah, happy days in a way. Anyway, going to get it back. And ugly, aren't they? Really ugly. And really sticky and slimy. Anyway, it's a fish. Kept me occupied. I'll see you in a bit. Watch you guys, it's just getting on to 1 o'clock. I rolled in early, had a walk round, talking to the guys, seeing who's catching. I even see a few fish landed while I was walking around, which was nice. Yes, there's a few fish coming out, especially over the other side. There seem to be a few of the guys over there fishing into the open water between the two islands. Seem to be getting quite a few bites. So yeah, that's that. So I had a big cat earlier. Yeah, it's a nice Chris fish. Next door, he's had a couple of nice cats as well. And in the last hour, I had a take on the left-hand rod, and the fish powered over to the right and started going up past the tip of the right-hand side of the island in front of me. So I put the brakes on, tried to turn it, and yeah, a massive crack and the line parted. Everyone thought I'd caught up in the trees, but it was a fish on the line. So that happened, and then when I was just getting that rod set back up, the right-hand rod, which I've put out with the bait boat with some boilies in the hopper, with a 14mm live system wafter on there, and just boilies in the hopper. That went off. I was playing that. I say went off, it's really tricky. It shot to the top and then started dropping back. So I hit into it. Yeah, I was playing the fish and yeah, felt carpy and it just fell off the hook. Not long after playing it really, I played it for a couple of minutes, all went loose. So a bit gutted. So I've lost 2 fish in the last sort of hour. Anyway, the rods are back out. Yeah, so we're all getting together about 5 o'clock, so we'll have to wind in before that. We're going to catch up, have a social, couple of beers and something to eat. So I've got a few hours to a chance of getting another one. So we'll see what happens. And I think in the meantime, I might even put my head down for a little bit because I didn't get much sleep last night. So I think that's what I'll do. I'm going to get my head down. Unless one of these goes off, I'm going to try and have a little bit of a kip. So I'll see you in a bit. Okay guys, so about 1:30 and the left-hand rod has gone off with this little catfish. Not the biggest, and it's only about half the size of the one from earlier, but still gave an amazing tussle. Absolutely incredible fight they give. But anyway, I'm going to put him back, get the rod back out there, and I'll see you in a bit. Good morning guys, just going up to 7 o'clock and having my first cup of tea of the day, much needed after last night. Yeah, so we round in the rods. I ran mine in after I lost a fish, so I thought no point in putting them back out. So I ran the rods in about 4:30 and went up to U swim. Oh, actually, U and Carp King swim with my cool box, with my ciders, and we waited for our pizzas to arrive. And yeah, had a bit of a social, a few drinks, a bit of banter, a few games, some food, and yeah, it was good. Good evening, really enjoyable. You know, having a right old laugh. So that's yesterday evening. Probably the highlight is I gave everyone some stickers, and the majority of them ended up all over Carp King's bivvy and all over his kit. So if you watch these vlogs, maybe you'll see that as well. But yeah, it was hilarious. Yeah, because Joe from Nothing Fishing hinted that he'd put a sticker on his car. Now Chris loves his car, so obviously he's marched off to have a look at the car,
And while he's doing that, everyone descended on his bivvy and just put stickers absolutely everywhere. So very, very funny.
I think I got a new fan.
Yeah, made everyone have a right old laugh. Just as it was getting dark, everyone went back to their swims and got back, put the baits back out, and had a quick chat with Chris. And yeah, and then time for bed. And it's been a very quiet night. Now I've put springers on instead of me bobbins. I've done that yesterday afternoon. I don't know if I mentioned it in the vlog, but I'm getting so many little twitches and knocks up to the top and slow back downs and up and downs. I thought I'd try and eliminate that, and so I put the springers on. And yesterday when I lost a mirror which caught me over line, I was watching the springer. It went up about an inch, gave a couple of beeps, then it went back down to the same position, and then there was a few minutes between that and it doing the same thing again. So by this time I'm standing over the rod, watching the tip of the rod, watching the bobbin, and I thought if it moves I'm just going to pick the rod up and hit it. And the springer just went up a little bit, and so I round down, and yeah, fish was on, which shows you how finicky the bites are. And in the night all I've had is a couple of knocks, one on the left hand rod, one on the right hand rod, where it's done up and down thing. Now whether I've been done, which is probably likely, I don't know, or whether it's liners, obviously I don't know, but I've got a feeling I was done. But it's a really strange experience last night, and everyone on the lake has been messaging this morning, did you hear that noise? And yeah, it sounded like little leads being cast in all over the lake, like lots of splashes and like thuds. It's almost like a funk, 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 the small sound of a small lead hitting the water. And we all think it's the catfish chasing the smaller fish and attacking them on the surface, but it was everywhere. It was the weirdest sound on the lake I've ever heard. But so the catfish were very, very active yesterday, so it could be them hitting the lines as well. The rods haven't been touched yet this morning, so I'll leave them out for a little bit, and it's just starting to have that fine rain sort of mist in the air. So I'm going to get the camera in, finish my tea, and I'll catch up with you all in a bit. Okay guys, so I had to wind in earlier, use the facilities, got back, put the rods back out, and not long after, the middle rod rattled off, which is just a straightforward boilie rig. Yeah, went off with this little mirror, nice and tight against the island. So happy days. We've got about an hour left, so it's probably going to be the last chance I've got. But anyway, going home happy. Really enjoyed the session. What a great time we've had with all the fellas. Really nice. Last night was a really good blast. So yeah, hopefully I'll get invited back to the next one. So thanks for watching, and if you enjoyed the video, you know what to do. Thumbs up, subscribe and all that, and I'll see you next time. Take care.
Right then, well there we go, the end of the match. More of a social, let's be honest, but yeah, it's been a cracking weekend. I hope everyone agrees.
Yeah.
So we have we've worked out roughly, I think we've had 144 carp between us and 34 cats. Yeah, so yeah, little productive I suppose. Won't count the lost fish because that would be slightly embarrassing. But so this year, biggest weight was Dan and Will. What did you get?
27.2.
27.2. So yeah, well done lads. So once again you get the benefit of paying to engrave it. Get saving Will.
£15 well spent.
Yeah, there you go. So yeah, all in all lads, thank you very much for coming. It's been an absolute pleasure spending time with you all again. And
Yeah,
you're very welcome, very welcome.
Thank you guys for sorting it all out.
Thank you very much. But yeah, all in all, until next year.
Next week.
Yeah, do it again. Next year, we'll see you all again, and get out on the bank, be lucky, and tight lines.
I'd like to thank the new sponsor, Carp as well.
Take your bin bag with you.
Take your rubbish home.
Did everyone pick up Matt's wind chime with a lens? Yes.